house. I've found him again. He tries to be incognito, but my eagle eyes have spotted him once again. So we're about to have basketball here as the teams are getting ready for tip-off. Coming in for the Wildcats will be Jonathan Milloway. He'll be jumping. And McCaney for the Dragons. Jump ball is up. It's controlled by Clinton. They go in for a quick bucket. It's no good by number 12, Chase Lockhart. They lose the ball out of bounds, and so Oak Ridge will have the ball underneath the Clinton basket. Throwing the ball in for the Wildcats will be number 23, Jeremy Miller. He'll get it into Isaiah Johnson, who brings it down the court, sets up the offensive play, drives to the right, goes in, jumps it off to Miller, who takes a shot, but he's fouled. On the foul, it may be number 14, Evan Winchester. We'll see. That is the indication.
And that's a good sign. It'd be great to get him into foul trouble right now, as Jeremy Miller goes to the free throw line. Miller will have two shots here. Lady Wildcats one. Now the guys trying to knock off the Dragons as the first shot is up, rattles around, and drops in. Good. Mark, thanks a lot. I was working on a little issue here. 1-0 is our score. Wildcats in the lead. An early start for the Wildcats as the shot is up. Good. By Jeremy Miller, and down the floor will come the Clinton Dragons. Clinton, coached by Chris Lockhart. He took over for his dad many years ago. And here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Wildcats are going to get a layup here. And actually, Wildcats, Jonathan Stewart drives in. Got to play a little bit more under control. Wildcats get a shot up. No good. Back up. Good. Wildcats score a lot of times in these games. As Oak Ridge puts on the press in these games, sometimes they kind of play a little bit too aggressively and make bad decisions. As here come the Dragons down the floor. And here's another steal, almost. Ball saved on the floor. Wildcats have it and call a timeout to save possession. Looks like to me the nervous team right now happens to be the Clinton Dragons. What a tremendous section we have, Mark, with 7:14 to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge called a timeout to save possession. Great student turnout here at the Wildcat Arena.
Yeah, I believe I see I believe Eric Bush is now in the gym as well, David. But yeah, I mentioned earlier that the student section looks like they're about 10 to 12 rows deep tonight. So just a great student section, by far the best attended game here in Wildcat Arena this season.
Isaiah Johnson with the basketball, dribbles left, and then a personal foul is going to be called against Clinton. So that's the second team foul. Wildcats barely were able to escape the Clinton Dragons the first go-around. Jonathan Stewart hit that shot with about 2.5 seconds to go. He got fouled, completed a 4-point play, or the Wildcats' streak against the Dragons would have been over. Isaiah to the free throw line makes it 5-0. You might remember this is kind of the way the game started at Clinton, except Clinton blew out to a big lead. They had double-digit lead most of the game. Isaiah goes back to the line. Shot is no good. Isaiah fouled out of the game played at Clinton, if you remember, as the Dragons bring the ball down the floor. 5-0 our score as they bring the ball to the midcourt line. And it is going to be hard.
There's going to be a foul on Isaiah Johnson. That'll be his team first.
And as I said, he fouled out the last time, so he's got to be careful, especially when he's guarding Evan Winchester. They work the ball to the left side. A deflection, the pass intended for Lockhart in the corner, knocked out of bounds by Jonathan Stewart. 6:51 to play, first quarter, 5-0 Oak Ridge. It'll be Clinton to work the ball in. It'll be number 14 for them to do the honors, and they'll try to work the ball in. And then there's another foul. Just like that, just like happened the last time. Isaiah gets into foul trouble. That one is going to be called against the Wildcats. Preston Turner. And it'll be another foul. You just cannot afford. You want to be aggressive against this guard-oriented team, but you got to play smart. Here comes Clinton. Yet to get a shot off as they work the ball left side of McCaney. He works the ball. The ball is kicked away and knocked out of bounds by the Dragons. Turns the ball over. Clinton wearing their all-orange jerseys with white as the Wildcats bring the ball in from Jeremy Miller. You might remember the first game, Jeremy did not play well in that first game at Clinton. I know he wants to have a better game. Preston Turner works it out to Jonathan Stewart. Back to Preston. Preston puts the ball right side. The corner's up. No good. Down Clinton. Back for the basketball. Pressing and trapping, and they get the ball to the midcourt line. Get the ball across the line. Over goes to Lockhart. That's it. The left side of Wildcat. Ball drives in. Ball's down. No good. He had to be fouled. Call it, Queener, and he does. And a personal foul is going to be called against the Clinton Dragons. It'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line. It'll be the junior, Jeremy Miller. Foul was called on the Dragons. And it'll be
Jackson
Jeremy
Gardner
Miller.
picked up his second one, David.
And Jackson Garner is a sophomore gunner. I mean, he has burned Oak Ridge with three-point shots in the past, as Oak Ridge will go to the free throw line. A little conversation between the officials right now as Jeremy Miller goes to the free throw line. Biggest turnout of the season so far, as Mark said. We expect big crowds at the Fulton ball game coming up in 2 weeks or so as Jeremy knocks down the shots. 6-0 is our score. Kind of a interesting beginning to the ball game. Clinton yet to take a shot yet. 6-0 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats, Jeremy back the line. Tosses up. No good. Rebounded back up. No good. Wildcats had an opportunity for a putback, but couldn't get it to go. Here comes Clinton down the floor. Got a guard out high. They work the ball to the right side. Clinton thought about shooting a three. They will. It's off balance. It's no good. Rebounded by Jonathan Stewart. Picking the Wildcats, pushing it up to Isaiah Johnson. A play under control. Jonathan puts the ball. Fadeaway jumper. That is not a good shot. Shot is rebounded by Clinton. If you want to show out in these ball games, I see it all the time. Terrible shot. Good. Both teams kind of not looking very good as Isaiah drives right. There's Jonathan going to shoot again. A three. And it's 9-0. And Jonathan Stewart didn't look good on the previous trip, but that was a pretty shot from Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah, it was, David. He was able to get his feet much more set this time. This was not a fadeaway jumper like his previous one.
Here come the Dragons down the floor, moving right to left here. They work the ball down the floor with it. They'll drive it across the line. They set the dribble, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Isaiah Johnson. 5:25 to play here in the first quarter. The Wildcats on top, 9-0 as we play here at the Wildcat Arena on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. Basketball with Clinton. Down a screen step by Trevor Bryant. Clinton works around, looking outside the top of the circle. 9-2 our score. The Dragons score with 4:48 to play in the first quarter, and the Wildcats have the basketball. Preston Turner launches a three, but before that, play was halted. Mark, Clinton took a while before the score, but these guys can throw up points in bunches, so the Wildcats have got to continue to play good, solid defense because Clinton can score really, really fast.
Yeah, they really can, both Gardner and Winchester. I mean, you've got to keep your eye on both of those players because they can really light it up from anywhere on the court.
Down the floor with the basketball will come Clinton. They'll work the ball in. They'll drive right, kick it out to Thackerson. The ball's then knocked away. Last touched by Oak Ridge's Preston Turner. Jonathan Milloway in the ball game. Jeremy Miller, Isaiah Johnson, Jonathan Stewart, Preston Turner. 9-2 Oak Ridge. 4:38 to play here in the corner with the basketball. Winchester throws the ball away off the fingertips of the much smaller Thackerson. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. So Evan Winchester throwing an errant pass, and here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 9-2 Wildcats. Isaiah Johnson. Gets the ball in the middle. Wildcat. Clinton down the floor. The Wildcats, I think, have an advantage. McCamey's pretty good inside. They're a big guy, but I think Jonathan has the advantage in there. Here comes Clinton down the floor with the basketball. Chase Walker. Met at the midcourt line. Swings the ball to Thackerson. Bounce pass along the baseline. The Wildcats down the floor quickly. A bit across the way. It goes out to Jonathan Stewart, who launches another three. He is on fire. He drops it in, and it's a 10-point game. 14-4 the score. Here come the Dragons down the floor. They're way outside the line. 3:37 to play first quarter. 14-4. The Wildcats in the lead with the basketball. Once again will come the Clinton team. They missed a shot. Then a foul's called. And it'll be Oak Ridge with the basketball. It's going to be a turnover for the Dragons on a personal foul. Mark, who was that on?
They're calling that on Trevor Bryant for the Dragons, David. That'll be his first, team fourth.
This is so similar to the way the game began at the Clinton High School gym, as the Don W. Lockhart gym, as the Dragons led by double digits, as Milloway gets a shot off the glass, no good, tips it back up, good. But it was Clinton who was in front of Oak Ridge, 16-4. This game couldn't have started any better for the Wildcats, Mark, as the Wildcats try to win the district championship tonight here at the Wildcat Arena. Clinton basketball. They work the ball to Lockhart out to Winchester. Free throw line jumper is up, clanging off the iron, no good. Rebounded back by Clinton. They wanted to shoot. They work it back out to the top. This guy shoot. He missed the free throw. Rebounded. Oak Ridge for a moment. Isaiah Johnson saves it. He'll bring the ball down the floor. Isaiah across the time stripe. Gives it off on the left side to Jonathan Stewart. Lobs it over to Miller. Jeremy Miller around the baseline. Right now. Rebounded Johnson. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Clinton. The Wildcats are putting the fight to the Dragons here early on, and they are struggling with Oak Ridge pressure. Wildcats, it's a big environment here, really making Clinton look really, really nervous. Oak Ridge ball, by corner, they need it. It's up and good. Down by Clinton. The Dragons pushing it up the floor, trailing 16-4. Clinton basketball. Lockhart works the ball. Winchester drives. Winchester kicks it out. It's up, playing off the iron, no good. Missed that time by Trey Stackerson. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Coast to coast. Taken away by Clinton. Back the other way we go. A little bit ragged, Mark, but a lot of fun to watch here with 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the first quarter in a 16-4 ball game.
Yeah, it's quite physical too, David, because Isaiah Johnson looking for a foul on his last drive in, but no such call.
Clinton misses another three. They cannot hit the broadside of a barn early. Here comes Oak Ridge, coast to coast, all the way to the hole. Shot is up, and it is good. 18-4. Wildcats. Dragons can't buy a bucket. Here comes Clinton down the floor, but they're always in it with their long-range gunners. Winchester backing up. And then a timeout is asked for by the Wildcats here. Exactly what the doctor orders. The Wildcats trying to win the district championship tonight. They blitzed the Dragons early to an 18-4 lead. Your thought?
I think they're playing very well, David. Big difference between the Clinton at Clinton earlier this season is the Clinton Dragons just are not shooting as well as they did when they were at Clinton. So far tonight, they're 0-4 from beyond the three-point line.
18-4, the Wildcats in the lead, 1:35 to play. But as I said, they can always get back in the ballgame. They've got Garner. Good thing he's in foul trouble with a couple fouls right now. They've got Lockhart who can shoot it from anywhere on the floor. Of course, you know what Winchester can do. He's a Mr. Basketball nominee in my personal opinion. Here he comes down the floor at the midcourt line. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. 18-4 to score. Clinton with the basketball. Winchester hits the ball right, kicks it out to Walker. Walker wants to fight, cannot shoot. Gives it over to Thackerson. Thackerson to Locker. He throws the ball away. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Turnover by the Red Oak Dragons. And with 1:15 to play in the first quarter, it's 18-4. The Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Isaiah Johnson down the floor. Over it goes to the right corner. They trap Stewart. Work it around the left side. It goes. Miller. Left corner for three. Is on fire, and so are your Oak Ridge Wildcats. 21-4 here in this first quarter of play. And Clinton throws. Clinton is rattled, Marquez. They have been throttled here in the early going. The Wildcats lead it with 54.2 seconds to play in the first quarter, 21-4. Your thoughts?
The first thing I see, David, Jonathan Stewart, 3 of 3 in threes tonight. He has 9 points, all of them from beyond the three-point line. Just a great night for him with his, as we said earlier, with his feet set.
Jonathan Milloway can't control the pass. The Wildcats went for the final shot. We're going to. Got a good look. They turned the ball inside. Clinton turns the ball out to the right corner. Walker did take a three. He's going to drive in for a clang off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Jonathan Stewart. 21-4 the score. Here comes Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller. Drive. Hold goes in for the shot. Can't drop. Here comes Clinton down the floor. Final seconds. They'll work outside the three-point line. 15 seconds to play. Winchester to the hole. But 21-6, and Evan Winchester Taking a little bit longer on that last possession down the floor. Going as smoothly as they have been. Why not? Let's go out at the Clinton gym as that shot is Isaiah Johnson, right side. We'll go back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. The Wildcats on top 21-6 as we start play here in this second quarter. Isaiah Johnson along the baseline, kicks it out, top of the key for three. On a slip there, no good. Rebound off the rim and out of bounds to the Clinton Dragons. Wildcats had a good clean look at the top of the circle. Wildcats had Kel Slater all game, playing really good basketball right now for the Wildcats. The sophomore is. Wildcats also having the game. Isaiah Johnson currently also a game. Preston Turner, Jonathan Milloway, and Jonathan Stewart. Basketball 26 to score. Winchester back to the goal. Time for shot blocked away by Milloway. Don't take that shot from inside here as the Wildcats bring the ball. Jonathan Stewart, another three. Good! Wow! He is on fire. The Dragons at Clinton, and it's now 24-6 here. Jonathan Stewart taking up where he left off at Clinton back in December. As the Dragons throw the ball away. Another unforced error. The Dragons leveled here at Wildcat Arena, Mark.
Yeah, you could tell that Evan Winchester just threw the ball across court, and no one was there, and he was really upset. I don't know if he was upset someone wasn't there or that he made that pass, but he was visibly upset.
Oak Ridge basketball. Here's another three. It's a 10 bank of Oak Ridge. If it goes, no good. Rebounded by Clinton. Here come the Dragons down the floor. Oak Ridge on top, 24-6. 6:50 to play in the second quarter. With the basketball will come Jackson Garner. A good three-point shooter himself. He's in the ball game. Dribbles around a screen. Dribbles in. Penetrates. Goes all the way to the hole. No good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Here come the Wildcats wanting to run. Driving with it. Right side. It goes to Jonathan Stewart. No way. But the Wildcats get the rebound. 26-6. By 20, and Coach Lockard cannot do anything but call another timeout. 6:27 to play second quarter. What a beginning, Marquez, for the Wildcats here. They know what's on the line. The district champion, the regular season district championship with a win, and they have taken the fight and put it right to the Dragons, who just can't figure out what's gone wrong with them in this ball game. Thinking back to the game at the Donnie Dome back in December when they played so well against Oak Ridge, but tonight it's been all Oak Ridge, at least early on in this second quarter.
Yes, it has, David. As you said, I don't think they really know what's going on, because if they were expecting to play the same way that they did as how well they played the first game, that's just not happening tonight. So I'm sure Coach Lockhart is kind of scratching his head down there trying to figure out what is going to work. He's made several substitutions trying to get a chemistry out there that'll work, and nothing has come to fruition at this point.
One of the big keys right now is Evan Winchester has turned the ball over several times in the game and has only one bucket to his credit, which is not what Clinton's used to. Here's a long three, clang off the iron. They get the rebound again, and then the whistle blows and a foul's called against Oak Ridge. Rebound was pulled down by Trevor Bryant. Foul's called against Oak Ridge. Will work the ball in. Rockets got a guard as Clinton lobs the ball inside, and it comes to the top of the circle to Winchester, guarded by Isaiah. Tries right, fadeaway jumper is no good, and Queener calls a foul against Isaiah. Isaiah cannot get into foul trouble. He fouled out in the ball game at the Clinton gym. 6:11 to play second quarter, 26-6. Wildcats in the lead. Clinton will go to the free throw line. Wildcats and Dragons. They've been playing since 1942. Free throw, no good. And Winchester is taking his headband off, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Missed that one, has a second. Touched it, but knocks it down. 26-7 Wildcats. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Isaiah Johnson didn't really have good numbers. Wildcats shoot a three. It's open. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Kel Slater. Slater throws the ball almost away. The Wildcats had the ball knocked out about by Jackson Garner. 26-7. The Wildcat lead is 19. The basketball, Isaiah. Isaiah penetrates, drive. Skip to the ball. Taken away by the Dragons. They work the ball left side. Winchester lobs the ball top of the circle. Left blocker free. Not this time, though. Rebounded by Jeremy Miller. Wildcats need to slow down a little bit. Slow down as Jeremy drives in. A little six-footer is off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Right back up with it. Jeremy Miller is fouled. Foul called against Clinton. Wildcats, I think, need to slow down just a little bit. I think their adrenaline's pumping just a little bit too much. As they're going to call a shooting violation. I didn't think it was going to be a shooting violation. Jeremy kind of towed the mark there at the free throw line, but he was rebounding it. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Hit ball. Timmy Williams is in the ball game now. And so is Jonathan Milloway. Fakes the three. Won't take it. Wildcats penetrate. Free throw line jumper. No good. He lost the basketball, I think. Turned the ball over at the top. Is that Seven. The Wildcats win the 23rd straight time. Here comes Clinton down the floor with the basketball. Will come Chase Walker. Works the ball across the midcourt line. They dribble to the free throw line. They drive in for a shot. Shot no good. Down by Milloway. Not by a bucket here. Look on the Wildcats down the floor. Bounce pass. Down low. On the block. Jeremy. Not shoot. He lost for the basketball. Would have been better suited really just to kick the ball back to his teammate. He tried to go in for that patented Jeremy Miller floating shot. Once again, the Wildcats denied as Oak Ridge lead 26-7. Haven't been able to do much on the other end either. Here come the Dragons across the way. They'll set it outside the three-point line. The Wildcats trap. And high it goes to Walker. Walker swings the ball down low. They get a shot up. No good. No good. Up to the top it goes Winchester. Winchester top of the circle. Walker, boy, they're just a bad scramble at the Dragons. 4:47 to play here in the first half. 26-7, the Wildcats in the lead. Now they square the floor once again. Basketball, Jackson Garner. He's several That's going to be last touch by him, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge as Isaiah Johnson checks into the game. And once again, Kel Slater will check out. 26-7 Oak Ridge, 4:35 to play second quarter. Dragon basketball. They're working into Evan Winchester. Right at the free throw line. Spinning, turning, spinning, no good. Rebounded Oak Ridge. Coming out of there with the basketball is Jonathan Stewart. Flings it across to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson pulls up, launches a three. No good. Too quick, Mark. Too quick. I know it's there, but it's too quick. They need to just kind of be a little bit more patient as the Dragons work it in. Once again, that's Winchester. He skips the ball off. Another turnover. Timmy Williams with an opportunity for a layup. Here it is. No good. Down to Clinton. Dragon basketball. Then stolen away by Timmy. Timmy Williams with the basketball. He's being hammered. The guy, he's the smallest guy on the floor. They're picking on him as the Wildcats have the basketball to Jeremy Miller. Wildcats need to settle down just a bit. Miller at the free throw line, and what's the call? Ball's knocked away. It'll be Wildcats with the basketball. The Wildcats need to settle down here, Mark.
Yeah, it looks like Winchester will pick up his second foul. They definitely don't want him to get in foul trouble at the 16th foul. But, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. That last possession, specifically as Isaiah Johnson comes out of the game, he took way too quick of a shot last possession. This time, Jeremy Miller takes a nice 15-footer up and good.
Stafford Shanklin's in the ballgame now for the Wildcats. 28-7. The Wildcats in the league. Great defense. You hold Clinton down to 7 points for the 3:36 mark of the second quarter. You've done some good work. Dragon basketball. Jackson Garner drives in. That's got to be a charge. Oh, Queener, what are you thinking? That is a charge any day of the week, but they call the block against Oak Ridge. Queener, the Fulton graduate, and it'll be Clinton with the basketball. And it'll be Oak Ridge in the lead here, 28-7. How did you see that one, Mark?
I thought he was pretty well set, David. I would have called the charge on that. We had 3 guys down there just waiting for contact. So I don't agree with that call, as that'll be the 17th foul. So Clinton now in the 1-and-1 bonus for the rest of the first half.
Free throw on its way. Good. 28-8 the score. 3 minutes, 29 seconds to play. Back to the free throw line will go the sophomore, Jackson Gardner. What a great gunner he is. Future Dragons look right with him. 28-9 the score as he knocks down both free throws. Wildcats playing with Jeremy Miller. Coach Green didn't like something that Stafford Shanklin did not do, and he lets him know about it on the bench down in front of us. Here come the Wildcats setting it up. In the dribble to the left side. Here it goes to Miller. Jonathan Milloway has not been in the ball game in a while. Is he okay, Mark? As I see Kai Hirsch is in at the post right now. A big basketball. Good with it. Dribbling inside. Free throw line jumper is on its way. Not a pretty shot at all. Not a pretty basketball. 28-9 is our score. Clinton with it across the way. Jonathan sitting next to the assistant coach down there. Has been in for a while as Clinton works over to Garner. Garner fast out high. They let the ball left back. Throws up the shot, and it drops in good. I think they did. Not a good foul there, and it'll be 28-11. Don't want to let them get back in the ballgame. The Wildcats playing Jeremy Miller, Kai Hirsch, Stafford Shanklin coming back in for Kai. Get right back in it. I've said this. No lead is safe for these. They can shoot it from anywhere else. Also on its way up there, no good. Don't see that much. He's really struggling at the free throw line. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Kel Slater walks the ball across the line. Sets up the dribble at the midcourt circle. Gives it off to Tim Williams, top of the circle. Around it goes Jeremy Miller. Jonathan Stewart. The Wildcats working a little bit more time. A bit more patient here with their offense. They work it in. Dribbling. But it's good. As Jonathan Stewart drops it in. Here comes a steal by Timothy Williams. Wildcats have numbers. Miller, let's call. They call a personal foul on the floor, and there might be an offensive player control foul against
Lockhart.
Well, it's against Lockhart. So I see the Clinton fans stunned, basically, as Oak Ridge will go to the free throw line in a minute. We're trying to calm down the tempers here. This rivalry, which has been going on since 1943, sometimes has been heated. There have been years where the two teams haven't played one another unless they were in the same district. One year, Oak Ridge had to be moved from their own district as Tim Williams goes to the line and knocks down the free throw. They had to be moved to a different district to avoid Clinton in their district. Oak Ridge by 20 here, 31-11. Would you have expected this, Mark, this beginning?
No, I'm really surprised by it, David. Pleasantly surprised, but very surprised. This is not the same game we saw the first go-round.
31-11 the score. Clinton basketball. The Wildcats have held this high-scoring machine to 11 points. 2 minutes to play here in the first half with the basketball. Garner, a long-range three-point shooter. Guarded harassed everywhere he goes by Timothy Williams. Works the ball inside, kicks the ball to the corner. They've got a three off. It's up, no good. They cannot buy a bucket. On the rebound will come Jonathan Stewart. 20-point advantage for the Wildcats. Timmy to Jeremy to Jonathan. Will he hit another one? It's a 10-point. And it's 34-11. And like I said, he blistered the Dragons for that final shot at the Wildcat, at the Donnie Dome back in Clinton. As Clinton launches a three, another missed shot. They get the rebound, though. Kick it out once again. They'll drive in. Good defense, Jeremy Miller. He commits the personal foul. How many is that now for Jonathan Stewart?
He has 17 points total, Dave, with 5. He's 5 of 6 from three-point land.
The record is 9. That is the school record. We have a minute 23 to play here. Clinton, the line, down big time. Free throw's good. 34-12 the score. Clinton substituting once again. Chase Lockhart back in the ball game. Back to the free throw line will go the Clinton Dragons. 34-12 Oak Ridge. A minute 23 to play. Off. Good. 4 to 13. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Kel Slater staying at the point. He works the ball over to Jeremy Miller. Gets a screen from Stafford Franklin. Gets a layup off the glass. Won't count. He is fouled. Jeremy Miller will go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. 34-13, a 21-point discipline of the Dragons here in the early going. It'll be Jeremy Miller going to the free throw line. The sharp shooting right now of Jonathan Stewart. All game. Career high, 17 points, Mark. 35-13. He had that big shot to beat the Dragons at Clinton. Just kind of a desperation heave. But tonight, he has been tickling the twine here at the Wildcat Arena.
Yeah, his game is definitely on tonight, especially his three-pointers tonight, Dave. As we said, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. The second free throw from Miller is up and good. He now has 7 points as the Wildcats lead 36-13 with 1:10 remaining in the first half.
Comes Lockhart down the floor, harassed everywhere he goes. Here's a steal. Here comes, they're going to call a foul. Lockhart had his pocket picked, and that was going to be an in-game dunk for Jonathan Stewart. He says he can do it. He says he can, but it's going to be a foul. And Chris Lockhart, or actually Chase Lockhart, will go to the free throw line. Missing Don Lockhart, the longtime head coach of the Clinton Dragons, father of the current head coach, Chris Lockhart. So many years saw him patrolling the sidelines at Clinton and just talking to him. Just a great guy, and he passed away within the last couple of years here, and it's sad not to see him anymore as his grandson misses the first toss. His second toss is good, though. 36-14. A minute 5 to play in a blitzkrieg here from the Wildcat Arena. 36-14, Oak Ridge in the lead. The Wildcats, with a victory, are the District 3 regular season champs and the top seed at the district tournament here. But I think we'll play this Clinton team again. I mean, this is a game like we saw on Tuesday night with Cal riddled the Lady Wildcats with threes. And, you wouldn't expect any, this hot shooting as you the reverse layup. Miller on the rebound. Free throw line. You see the comparison I'm trying to make? I wouldn't expect the next time these two teams play, perhaps in a championship ball game, that the Wildcats would be as hot shooting. But you never know. Jeremy goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, I was thinking, David, the Clinton Dragons, they're obviously struggling to shoot here in Wildcat Arena, and this is where the district tournament is going to be. So you got to think that, that could easily get into their head.
25-point lead for the Wildcats here, 39-14. Let's see if Evan Winchester can do anything to get his team back in the ball game. Clinton basketball, they're just trying to, anybody they get into the ball game as they travel against that young Dragon. That is number 4 with Sean Wright in the game. 39.5 seconds. 39-14. Isaiah Johnson checks in for Oak Ridge's Kel Slater. Timothy Williams checks out too. 39.5. Clinton going to press here. 39-14 for the Wildcats working into Isaiah Johnson. Clinton's hopes for a district championship would fade tonight. If they lose, the Wildcats will win the championship. Clinton's only chance was to beat Oak Ridge tonight and hope for a little help from either Campbell County or the Orange Beavers. Wildcats playing for the final shot here. Isaiah, started by Bright. 5-second count is in. Isaiah dribbles in, goes in for the shot, no good. Hit by Dragons, based on Wildcat. Isaiah tries again, and he gets activity, but not a lot happening. There's the Wildcats once again. We'll watch the Dragons inbound here. Timothy Williams checks back in. It'll be Clinton basketball trailing 39-14. Time fleeting for your Clinton Dragons as Winchester allowed to kick it out left side to Lockhart. That's a three-pointer. He missed another one. 2 seconds. He shoots another one. This one's also no good. Lockhart shot to score 1,000 in her career, and she did that tonight. So congratulations to her as the second half is underway here. The Wildcats, Evan Winchester's Clinton Dragon point guard starts the play, and he'll dribble in against Milloway. Pull up left extension, free throw line, shot good. 39-16. That's the way to get back in the ball game. Let your all-state guy get you right back into it. As Oak Ridge turns the ball over, Clinton's got it. The Wildcats can't be sloppy. Here comes Winchester again. You got to pick him up defensively. play. They work the ball to the right corner, back to Winchester for three. That's no good. Way off the mark. Rebound pulled away by Clinton. They'll shoot another three. This one's no good. Rebound this time by the Wildcats. Coming out of there with the basketball, Jonathan Stewart. Here come the Wildcats, throwing the ball away again. Wildcats got in too much of a hurry here, and Clinton will bring the ball down the floor. 39-16, Oak Ridge in the lead. Third quarter action. Garner with the basketball. He works the ball down low, gets a baseline jumper, no good. Taking a lot of shots, missing a lot. Jeremy Miller on the rebound. Miller works the ball across the line, harassed, gives it out to Milloway, shoots a three, good! That kid can shoot the three-point shot, and it's 42-16. I think that would be the most frustrating thing when your big 6'7" center steps out and nails three. He is the percentage-wise the best three-point shooter on the team. Here comes Clinton down the floor, trailing 42-16. Clinton basketball. With a basketball will come Jackson Garner. Garner backs it up into the midcourt circle, harassed out there by Isaiah Johnson. Over on the left side, it goes out to McCamey. DeMarcus McCamey works the ball to Winchester, guarded out high by the Wildcats, Isaiah. Back to the top of the circle, it goes to Trace Wandell. They work the ball in, blocked by Oak Ridge. Taken away by Isaiah Johnson. The Wildcats on a run out. Here it goes Jeremy Miller. One dribble, one shot, 2 points off the glass. And it's 44-16. The Wildcats have a 28-point lead. Coach Lockhart says, enough. Timeout. Clinton, 6:19 to play third quarter, 44-17. The Wildcats in the lead. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a moment.
That shot that they hit should not have been a three. I think they gave him 3 points. He was well within the three-point line. I don't know why they have 17 points.
Neither do I, Mark. I'm not sure why they do as well. Welcome back once again. Mark was just saying during the break there, can't figure out why they gave them a three-point shot. It was definitely a two, as with 6:15 to play here. Wildcats have the lead, 44-17. And once again, the play is halted here. Mark, I'm going to let you do a little play-by-play.
As the ball gets inside to McCamey for the Dragons, his shot is up and good. That's his first 2 points of the ball game. Oak Ridge has Isaiah Johnson with the ball, setting up the offense on the other end. He looks to drive to the left and gives it off to Miller. Miller on the left wing gives it all the way across to Milloway. He looks at a three, does not take it, gives it out to Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah Johnson goes down. He'll take a three-point shot. It's up. No good. Rebounded almost by Jonathan Stewart, but not quite. Got by Preston Turner, who gives it inside to Milloway. Milloway's 2 corners up and good. Milloway now has 11 points in the ballgame, David. Clinton comes down with Winchester. Winchester drives to the middle. He gives it off to McCamey. McCamey's shot is up and good. McCamey now with 4 points in the ballgame as Oak Ridge leads 46-21. Clinton trying to get their offense going as Oak Ridge has it. Miller takes a three. His shot's up, no good. Tipped around, controlled by the Dragons of Clinton. Clinton will have the ball with Winchester. He gives it over to, number 12. That's Lockhart. Lockhart looks for a shot. No one comes free, so he gives it off to Winchester. Winchester drives in. His shot's up and good. Winchester now with, 9 points in the ball game as they again cut in the lead. Oak Ridge up 46-23 with 4:38 as the shot is up. No good by Isaiah Johnson. Coming down with the ball is Clinton. They have number 3, Garner. Garner brings it past the midcourt line. He looks for someone to come free. He takes a screen over to the left, gives it off to Lockhart. Lockhart will drive in, looks out to number 10. That's Wandell. He takes a shot, no good. Rebounded Lockhart. Lockhart goes in and gets another 2 points. Lockhart now has 3 points in the ballgame. Oak Ridge unable to get anything going much here as they're stuck at 46 as Clinton gets the ball. Actually, Oak Ridge gets the ball into Milloway. He gets a dunk. Nice dunk by Milloway as Oak Ridge now scores lead 48-25. Clinton has the ball. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Isaiah Johnson picks the pocket, gets the ball over to Jonathan Stewart. He goes up for a dunk, but it just rolls in for him. Jonathan Stewart now with 19 points in the ballgame. Clinton harassed, trying to get past half court. That's Lockhart. He's guarded by Preston Turner. Preston Turner kind of bumps into him a little bit. No call. Gets it off to Winchester. Winchester drives to the right. He looks to drive in. He gives it over to number 3. That's Garner. Garner takes a 3. It's up and good. Clinton's trying to claw their way back into this game, and a timeout is called. So with time on the floor, the score, Oak Ridge leads 50-28 with 3:18 remaining, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. The Wildcats in a 50-28 game over the Clinton Dragons. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to play. Mark, thanks a lot for that. The Wildcats trying to hold on to win the District 3 championship as we play here at the Wildcat Arena in front of the biggest crowd of the year for sure, Mark. But I think we're going to have some bigger crowds as we approach tournament time and the Fulton Falcons game, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. Always a fan favorite here when it comes to the Wildcat Arena.
Yeah, I heard earlier, David, that the Fulton Austin East game was postponed. It was scheduled for tonight, but due to both schools being out right now, that game was not going to take place tonight. So that's always an exciting game. But Oak Ridge Fulton is just as exciting.
Wildcats with a 22-point lead here with right at 3 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Oak Ridge has the basketball, leading 50-28 over Clinton. Jonathan Stewart, his 6th 3 of the night, and he has it. Jonathan Stewart, like I said earlier, have yourself a nice 6 3-pointers in the ballgame as Winchester gets his pocket pick. And Isaiah Johnson puts it in, and it's 55-28. And you're taking out one of the best guards in East Tennessee out of his game tonight. Here's another missed shot by Clinton. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Here's Kelly Miller. He can't save it. Saved him by Jonathan. He launches his another 3. 28, a 30-point rout over your Clinton Dragons here at the Wildcat Arena. Clinton with the basketball. Wandale's going to dribble in. Wandale drives in, throws up a shot, no good. Clinton frustrated now. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Here's Joe Slavis. Riding out of make sure. And I think that's 7 threes for Jonathan Stewart as the Wildcats try to work it in. And it comes Isaiah Johnson. 58-28, a 30-point blowout of Dragons here. 2:11 to play third quarter. Isaiah Johnson works the dribble to the right side. Clinton had hopes of a district championship, but tonight their hope dashed by Jonathan Stewart. He launches another one. This one's going to be short. Push up to the right corner. They kick it out to Winchester. Winchester toward to Jackson Garner. They guard him. He drives in, throws up a shot. No good. Rebound, Jonathan Stewart. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. 30-point lead. Oak Ridge. Isaiah Johnson, another 3. No good. Everybody wants to be involved with a 3-point barrage. Here comes Clinton down the floor. Let's fill it up. Goes across the midcourt line to Evan. Evan got it out high. Brings the ball to the top of the circle. Down to the right it goes once again in the ball game. Rashawn Price. Kick it out for 3. Correct. No good. But just cannot shoot tonight. These guys normally are dead-eye with their 3-pointers and their outside shooting. Here comes Evan Winchester. Got to get the call here. He drives in. Winchester is a great magician with the basketball when he drives, but he is getting it off. That's the point. He's turned the ball over a lot. He's missed free throws, and it's just not been the Evan Winchester for years. But he goes to the free throw line here. Toss, good. 58 points. Wildcats, 29. Shot. Mark?
Isaiah Johnson, he just picked up his third foul as Winchester goes to her second free throw. It's up, and it's good. Winchester now with 9 points in the ball game, David.
And the score, Wildcats.
Wildcats lead 58-30.
And here come the Wildcats down the floor. With it will come Jeremy Miller. Miller's going to walk the ball to the midcourt line, dribble to the top, comes cross court, wide open, three-pointer, 10 back of Oak Ridge, three, good. 3-point shot again by your Oak Ridge Wildcats. Oak Ridge shooting lights out. How many threes now for the Wildcats as a team as they score and almost get a steal? That's going to be another foul. This one's going to go against Timothy Williams. I think Jonathan's got 7 for sure, right?
Yes, Jonathan has 7. Kel Slater now with 1, and Jonathan Milloway with 1 as well. So 9 total for the Wildcats as a team.
61-30, the Wildcats in the lead by 31 points. Wow, what a difference. At Clinton, the Wildcats took a last-second shot, really, to just a desperation heat by Jonathan Stewart. But as I said, he felt good on that shot, although it wasn't pretty. Tonight, everything he's put up has been pretty. Clinton goes up good. Shot 63-30 the score. Come the Wildcats down the floor. Clinton's got to be feeling like the Lady Wildcats did on Tuesday when Powell just knocked down so many shots in the girls' game.
Yeah, that Powell game, that was just, everything they threw up just seemed to find its way to the bottom of the bucket, David. So the Wildcats haven't been quite that fortunate tonight, but I understand what you're saying.
Jeremy Miller to the hole. Shot is no good. Rebounded by the Dragons. Here comes Clinton with 6 seconds. They're going to drive outside the line. They want to shoot a 3. Rashawn Bright throws up a shot, hits the rim, no good. The quarter is over. Oak Ridge thinking about Coach Green. He was a part of a lot of the wins here at Oak Ridge High School. And Coach Green was honored becoming the all-time winningest coach in Oak Ridge history. Fourth and final quarter underway. The Wildcats under 8 minutes away from the District 3 regular season championship. They lead it 61-32. Wildcats working in Stafford Shanklin for the shot. No good. Rebounds it on his backside. Picked up by the Wildcats. Timmy Williams for 3. Yeah. 3-point shot, Timothy Williams, and it's 64-32. And here come the Dragons down the floor. Lockhart works the ball top of the circle to Winchester, guarded out high by Preston Turner. Pulls up, shoots, good. 64-34 the score, a 30-point lead for the Wildcats. Coach Lockhart calls out a new play. I don't think as soon as the Wildcats put their substitutes in, we'll see the full court press again. As the Wildcats saved on the floor by Clinton. Here come the Dragons. They work the ball down the floor. They can't get a layup. They're going to work the ball to the free throw line, kick it along the baseline. Here's the shot. It's good. Score, and here come the Wildcats down the floor. Wildcats up, 6:47 to play. Isaiah Johnson about to press. Wildcats, shot no good. Little sloppy right now. And here come the Dragons down the floor. Here's a steal by the Wildcats. Terrible pass. Layup. No good. Foul called against Clinton. And good sportsmanship right there by the Clinton Dragons. Hard foul. And he's going to send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. Looks like Preston Turner at the free throw line for the Wildcat. Mark, 6:33 to play. It's been all Oak Ridge. They jumped out to a lead of 9-0. Never looked back at this. Free throws up, no good.
Yeah, it really has, David. I didn't realize it until I calculated it, but the Dragons actually scored 18 points there in the third quarter, where the Wildcats scored 22. So I thought the Wildcats kind of opened it up more than they did in the third quarter.
Clinton going backwards. Jackson Garner still yet to get the ball across the line. Timothy Williams harasses him. A little bit too aggressive right there. I think the Clinton fans thought this was going to be their night. They were going to Oak Ridge in the 22-game winning streak that's lasted 10 years because their senior-dominated team played Oak Ridge so close. But I don't know if maybe the illness. I know Anderson County's out of school. Maybe not going to school, being out of their routine. Maybe some of the Dragons are ill. I can tell you one thing. I'm glad they played this game tonight because the Wildcats haven't been ill. They have been sick shooting the ball, and I mean sick in a different way. Here's another missed shot by the Dragons, pulled down by Oak Ridge. A three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound by the Clinton Dragons. Down the floor with the basketball. Here they come once again. And Dragons good. And I missed the shot. And down the floor from Oak Ridge, leading. And another three-point shot, no good. Rebounded up by Stafford Tank, no good. And he draws the foul. Wildcats on top, 64-38, with exactly 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play, and Stafford Shank going to go to the line. Coach Green told me the other day on the interview after I think the Anderson County ball game, Mark, I think he said that a lot of teams that never would have dreamed that Oak Ridge undefeated in the district after losing such a fantastic senior class, but the team has played well together all season long. I mean, they have played like a team all season long, and that's why they've been so successful, because it is a team, and they lead it big time right now, 65-38.
Yeah, and they're fun to watch too, David. I mean, when teams play like this, they are fun to watch. As Stafford Franklin makes both of his free throws, now has 2 points in the ballgame as the Wildcats lead 66-38 with 5:46 remaining in the ballgame.
Here come the Dragons down the floor, walking the ball across the line. Jackson Garner, who has blitzed Oak Ridge in the past for lots of three-point shots. It's kind of interesting when you guard the guy. You know, he's not going to be able to shoot as many as they miss another shot. Rebounded by Timothy Williams, and Timothy is fouled. I mean, a lot of times he would get lost over in Clinton this year and last year, and even actually at the Wildcat Arena last year. But I'm not sure of his totals, Jackson, tonight, but I know he hadn't hit many threes. He's taken a lot, but it's a matter of guarding somebody. You pick up a three-point shooter, and you're in their face, it makes it so much harder.
Yeah, actually, David, he has 7 points in the ballgame. He's 1 of 4 from three-point land. He's 1 of 3 from inside the three-point line. So the Wildcats have done a great job defending him and keeping him from getting good shots off.
And Chase Lockhart, who set, I believe, a school record this last couple of weeks. The Wildcats miss a shot, get the putback, no good. Again, no good. Pulled away by the Dragons. Here comes Clinton's down the floor. He set a school record. I think he had 10 three-pointers in a game. Clinton drives to the hole. They score. Crowd's still in it, and why not? They've had a great year. So Wildcats work the ball. Timothy Williams for three. No good. Rebound Millaway. He puts it in and scores. 68-40 the score. Here comes Clinton down the floor. They'll shoot another three. It's no good. Rebounded to the Wildcats' Jonathan Stewart. Down the floor once again. Will come Oak Ridge. Here comes the alley-oop. And it's not a dunk, but it's Jeremy Miller putting Oak Ridge back up by 30. 70-40 the score. The rout at the Wildcat Arena is nearly complete. The Wildcats by 30 as Winchester drives in, pulls up, shoots off the rim, no good. Put back in, and good. 70-42. It has been an entertaining ball game for sure. 4:22 to play. Isaiah, a little 15-footer good. Have you seen the Wildcats so on fire? This is the best shooting night I think the Wildcats have had in some time, Mark. Against
yeah, it really is, David. Yeah, they are good. As you said, I mean, their records will show that they're good, and we've seen them firsthand as we played them in Clinton. As a shot is blocked by Miller, McCamey gets it for Clinton, gives it inside to Thackerson. Thackerson gives it outside to number 3 Gardner, who takes a shot, no good, rebounded by Miller.
72-42. Here comes Jonathan Stewart, his 8th of the game. No good. The record is 9. I was hoping he might get 2 more here. We saw Joe Kesterson hit 7 in 2 different ball games in his career. Thackerson for 3. That's a brick. No good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Jonathan Millaway pulls it down. Clinton just not having their typical Clinton night shooting. They're better at home for sure, as most teams are. I think Oak Ridge played knowing that they could win a championship. Here comes the full court press here, Mark, as the Wildcats pull out their starters here. And the Wildcats have a 30-point lead with 3:29 to play. Get ready for the full court press, Mark Haste, as the Wildcats.
As the Wildcats have, sorry, David, the Wildcats have Flip Thompson in the game. Also, Nick Dallas in the game for the Wildcats. Stafford Shanklin comes back in for the Wildcats. Number 15, Lucy Searcy in the game. And Uptigraph is in for the Wildcats. That's Jamison.
The basketball will come Flip Thompson. He dribbles left, gives it out to Stafford. Stafford looks to Nick Dallas, turns the ball back out to the top of the circle, back to Uptigraph. He goes to Stafford. Stafford at the free throw line wanted to shoot, gives instead to Jamison, a little 10-footer, no good. Rebounded by Clinton. Here comes Winchester down the floor. The Dragons still playing their starters, down by 30. 72-42 the score. Clinton with the basketball. Thackerson works the ball right corner, dribbling out to Lockhart. Lockhart gets it back to Thackerson. Thackerson, quarterback of the Dragon football team, have a new quarterback, a new coach this year, as Evan Winchester right at the line puts up a shot, no good. The crowd goes ooh and ah, but he finished the shot. Evan drives inside, kicks it out to the corner for a three. It's up. That's good. 3-point shot. 72-45 the score. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Flip Thompson with it. 2.5 minutes to play. Top of the circle. Kicks it out to the top of the circle. Lucas Searcy dribbles in. Lucas Searcy drives. Floats one up there and scores. 74-45 the score. The Wildcat lead is 29 points. Hope you enjoyed watching Lucas Searcy on our Off the Glass TV show on Wednesday. It's Clinton gets some junk points there at the end here. And 74-48 the score as they knock down the shots uncontested. Play here in the ball game. The Wildcats with the basketball. Flip's going to drive. Kicks it out right side. Here comes Nick Dallas, a little 15-footer. No good. Rebound to the Dragons. Here comes Clinton down. 74-48. They can have their stats a little bit more here. Clinton Winchester. All corner for three. It's good. That'll guard them. That's just the Wildcats had early on when they guarded the three-point shooters. Now with the starters out, they knock in a couple shots here. Minute 32 to play in the ball game. The Wildcat Stafford Shanklin wants to shoot a three. So good. Of course, the Wildcats not too patient, trying to pad their own stats. Clinton goes in for the shot. Good. 53. It's going to look better in the paper tomorrow if anybody reads the paper anymore. But the result of the game is going to be Flip Thompson shooting a three up, no good. Is going to be Oak Ridge is going to win it. The ball's knocked out by the Dragons. 74-53. Wildcats were up 30. It's 9 straight points by the Clinton Dragons, primarily with their starters still in the ball game. I don't know how that makes it better, but Wildcat fans are celebrating already. The students are. The Wildcats working in the flip. Flip again. Patterson goes in for the shot. No good. And a foul's going to be called, I think. Actually, maybe just a turnover, and the Wildcats do turn it over. Clinton basketball will be Trevor Bryant to work the ball in. 74-53. The Wildcats are the District 3 regular season champions in a few short moments here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge's Jamison Uptigraph in the ball game. Lucas Searcy, Stafford Shanklin, Flip Thompson. The shot is up, no good. Lucas on the rebound, gives it over to Flip. Rockets elsewhere. Nick Dallas, and Nick Dallas drives in for reverse layup. By the big man. And it's 76-53. Nice play by Nick as they launch a three. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Stafford Shanklin. Shanklin brings the ball across the line. Tries to split the defense, does not. Taken away by Lockhart. Lockhart's going to drive in. Right-handed layup, and it's good. 76-55 to score. The play is halted. Mark, Wildcats have a 30. Let's see if they finally substitute here. With just a few short seconds left in the ball game, the Wildcats are about to win the district championship.
Yeah, I would actually be surprised, David, if they actually do substitute. It doesn't look like any indications by Coach Lockhart that he's talking to anybody other than his starters out there. So I would suspect that starters will stay in against the younger Wildcats. As the younger Wildcats, what a nice drive there by Nick Dallas, David. As he, the side, he went in from the left side, and that was going to be covered. So he took the ball all the way under and did a reverse layup, and he spun it off the glass glass perfectly, and it just went high off the glass and into the basket for Nick Dallas to have his first 2 points in the ball game. But that was just a joy to watch.
Wildcats are going to get the ball. They're going to press with their starters, as anticipated, as the Wildcats will try to work the ball in. Wildcats need to get it in, and they do, to intending it for Stafford Shanklin. That pass is too far of a pass, almost picked off. Good defensive play by Clinton as Lucas Searcy will work the ball in. Not much time on the clock, Mark.
No, 16.9 seconds, David, as Flip Thompson gets the ball. He goes down to the left side. He looks for someone to get to Shanklin as the recipient. He'll just hold on to it as he gets it off. No, he'll just hold on to it and drive in. He gets hammered by number 10, Wandale. So, 2.4 seconds remaining on the clock, and Stafford Shanklin will go to the line where he's 2 for 2 tonight.
That right there is an example. The Wildcats had really tried, honestly, just to play out the clock, but Clinton stayed with their starters, kept them in there, and Stafford, why not? If they're going to continue to harass and pound you, go in there and score, and he'll go to the free throw line. 2 seconds to play, and the Wildcats are headed for a victory.
And Trevor Bryant for the Dragons just fouled out. He just picked up his 5th foul. So 2.4 seconds, starter fouling out.
Free throws on its way. Good. Well, I guess that's one way to get their starters out in a rout. 77-2. As the second toss is up, and it is no good, and the final score is posted. As we look at the large scoreboard above the Wildcat Arena, the Wildcats are victorious by a final score of 77-2.